Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Queen's Wish. Wir sind hier bei The Fangs und bisher, Fangs, sieht es hier eigentlich noch ganz gut aus, aber wir haben noch ein bisschen was vor uns hier. Das letzte Viertel der Karte, mal gucken, wie viele Kämpfe hier sind. At last you emerged from the Fangs. There were pests and vermin, but nothing that could ever stop a Prince of Haven. Your mother made sure that you were taught well. As you walk through the gates, you freeze. Someone is waiting for you. It's a large band of armed Ukatish soldiers. They are what you expected, hungry, shaggy, filthy from days and weeks patrolling these muddy lands. Their leader steps forward. She bears the light leather armor and vicious barbed spears, much loved by Ukatish warriors. She sizes you up, then she waves you forward. Okay, vielleicht ist das auch schon... Ist das gewesen? Aha, ja. Achievement unlocked into the swamp. A woman with a spear walks out ahead of her soldiers. A narrow grey cloth sash runs from her shoulder to her hip. She has a higher rank among the Ukatish. She raises her spear. You are of Haven. We of the Ukatish acknowledge that you have returned. I am Swamp Runner Serenj of Nacala. I serve the Ache clan. Greetings, envoy. Serenj nods, then she stares at you. She seems slightly confused. You're awful filthy to be greeting royalty. What is that sash? She nervously scrapes a bit of dried lichen off the sash with a thumbnail. Grey is the clan color of the Ache. Hello? Serenj realizes that she needs to speak. I'm sorry, I am not a diplomat. We have not been visited by any of your people in my lifetime. Nacala is a backwater now. We don't know the forms you expect. Uh-huh. You knew we would return eventually. Your grubby little land has business with us. Yes, we have a treaty with you. You knew we would return eventually. Yes, we have a treaty with you. I have heard of it. Signed before so many of us were born. Supposedly something we need to obey. I am happy to say that I don't have to make decisions about it. I was only sent to carry a message. What is the message? I come from Lord Ache, master of our clan, Lord of Nacala. We are poor and weak in the south, but we are full clan. And we are closest. Lord Ache invites you to see him in Nacala. Where is Nacala? It is easy to find, not far down the road to the west. Tell me about Lord Ache. He is the lord of my clan. She says nothing else. There's something I want to discuss. The message is given. I don't want to say more. I am but a swamp runner. I can only cause disasters. With a nod, she turns. She lets out a loud hut sound. Her swamp warriors turn to follow her and they trudge off into the march. Interesting. The discipline and formation are familiar. You see the faint signs of Haven training practices used decades ago. You look to the west. The wet, miserable land of the Ukatish stretches ahead of you. Countless acres lost in the mist. A whole land of angry, vengeful swamp warriors, and your mother asked you to subdue them. Strange thing about this adventure, your mother set you out on. The more you accomplish, the smaller you feel. Und Erfahrung bekommen. Oh, und fast Stufenaufstieg. Scroll of Life. Revives fallen party members. Aha. Crude Dagger. Ja, die kann man nur verkaufen. Was haben wir hier? Iron Bar, sehr gut. Ja, und da ist das dann auch vorbei. Und wie sieht das aus? Kann man das nicht, Na, ich nehme an, dass wir beim nächsten Mal, wenn wir hier hinkommen, dass das dann zugemacht ist. So. Ja, dann gehen wir mal hier rüber. Ukat Border. Aha. The sign says Mayafang East, Nacala West. Was ist hier oben das? Ukatish traders and ironworkers are already rebuilding this crumbly, muddy training village. Full relations between your people and theirs haven't been restored, and they're already here, risking all of their chance to make money. It is a universal law. Whatever the relations between Haven and Swasal, many there will do anything they can do to make money out of it. Mhm. Hatte ich mir nicht auch aufgeschrieben, wer welche Metalle holt? Die Ariel waren auf jeden Fall Quecksilber. Bei denen weiß ich es aber. Das sollte eigentlich... Ne, keine Ahnung. Es könnte entweder Stein oder Metall sein. Ich weiß nicht mehr, was die Woll haben. Das würde bei denen beides passen. Na gut. Wir sollten ja nach da unten. Jellum Ruins. Wir können aber auch erstmal nach Nacala. Near Nacala. Most roads in the Ukat are deeply rotted mud. These roads are gravel, some of a few proper roads in this land. They need to be, for the sake of ore caravans. Okay, das ist dann Metall. Also Iron und die haben Stone. The caravans carry iron south to the Nacala docks and bring back stone, medicine and other luxuries that make life in the swamp tolerable. Was ist das? The sign says Nacala south, Mayafang's east, Fort Muck west. Near Nacala. You approach the Ukatish city of Nacala. Well, they could call it a city. It's a low... would call it a city. It's a low scattering of crude log buildings surrounded by a palisade. The town is wreathed in an eternal cloud of smoke. As you get close, your eyes start to water. Compared to even the most humble towns of Haven, this is an impoverished mud pit. You've never been to a place like this. The contrast between their lives and yours stop you short for a moment. You wonder if entering the town will give you any diseases. Yeah. Ukatish runner. The soldiers guarding Nacala nod respectfully when you approach. They are well armed and alert. War between the Ukatish clans is infrequent but serious when it happens. You enter the town of Nacala. As predicted, it is poor, muddy and rustic. What you weren't ready for was the smell. The omnipresent scent of decay and mildew combine with smoke and raw humanity to create a stench that will stay with you always. There aren't many people out. The Ukatish tend to stay indoors, out of the rain. The few guards and townsfolk you do see keep their distance. They don't want to be noticed by royalty. Nacala fine ironwork. Arik. This shop sells fine metalwork of Nacala. Through the door to the north, you can hear the clanging and hissing of the town's smithy. The soot in the air makes your eyes water. The shopkeeper introduces himself as Arik. Welcome, Prince. Our best weapons and armor are here for you. Tell me about your iron. Nobody can explain it, but the bogs of our lands create iron of great durability and ductility. We forged it into armor, of course. Also, the barbed weapons that are the terror of any who invade our swamps. Let me sell something. Dann verkaufen wir erstmal den Quatsch, den wir wirklich nicht brauchen. So, 16. Na, das kann auch weg. Und das kann auch weg. Let me see your wares. Ukatish Salad. Barbed Ukatish Spear. 11 bis 27. Das ist auch nicht so wahnsinnig dolle. Dafür verliert man halt das hier. Wobei es da natürlich auch mal sinnvoll wäre, einen besseren Schild zu besorgen. Ja. Der Helm ist schon... Hier 3, es ist ja derselbe gewesen. Ja, der ist schon okay. I don't need anything. When you realize the superiority of our goods, I will still be here. Aber ja, es ist natürlich dann auch ziemlich albern, was die Geschäfte hier im Angebot haben, weil ja das meiste gecraft werden sollte. The door is locked and you don't have the key. Also das Gegenstandssystem gefällt mir jetzt hier nicht so gut. Nacala Leatherwork. This is the leatherworks of Nacala. Mercifully, the tannery is out of town. The processed leather is brought here to be worked, but the stink is powerful nonetheless. The shopkeeper nods as you enter. I am Ukilin. Lord Ake told us to help you any way we can. Prince, please let me know if our fine leatherwork unique in all the known lands. Let me show, okay. Tell me about your leather. Leather. Ukatish leather doesn't come from mere bulls. No, our leather comes from the massive lizards of our land, our swamp runners who wear nothing else. It's perfect for swamps and unfriendly climes. He holds up a piece of green skin to inspect. It's thick and tough, but it also has a strong musty odor. How is it superior? When properly worked, it's thicker and stronger than mundane leather, but just as supple. Joins together well to hold out moisture, perfect for the Ukatish swamps, or any other swampy land. It has a bit of an odor. He frowns. It does? I don't notice anything. I have another question. Ukulin works on punching holes in a new drakeskin belt while you shop. Let me see your wares. Ja, wir haben wieder als 2 alberne Gegenstände. Das ist halt nicht so wahnsinnig, der Hit. Der hat eine Empty Slot, der nicht. Hm. Naja, dann ersetze ich das auch mal nicht. I don't need anything, no matter. There's always a buyer for fine Ukatish leather. Nein. Ach, da haben wir auch noch was. The doors are sealed. As you try to open them, someone inside shouts, the workshops are sealed. Please go. Und hier können wir auch nicht durch, oder? Locked and you don't have the key. This is our place. Arik Bok. Oh, da ist eine Tür. This wiry man is filling in a grave. When you approach, you watch silently while he completes his work. He sighs, drinks from a flask at his back, and stares down at the lumpy dirt. You clear your throat, he says without looking up. I am Arik Bok. I tend to the resting place. Place of resolve. Watch where you step. What is this place? This is Nacala's resting place, he grunts. Not much of a talker, this one. Who is buried here? All of our honorable dead, of the Ake clan, of the farmers around here. They all rest in the safety of Nacala's walls. How long have your people been buried here? He takes a swig from his flask. I don't know. Long time. 100 years? 300? Wait, all of your dead for centuries have been placed here, in this tiny bit of land? Aye, the soil of the Ukat. It eats up the body fast. Something in the dirt consumes the flesh. The bones, no matter how bad it gets, always room for more. That explains the smell. Aye, never fades. He takes another swig. You said this place is a place of resolve. Aye, we keep a lot of our resolve here, where all our dead are. Good thing for heaven to see, I think. How you feel about Haven? I don't. That's our Lord's job. I just dig. Is anyone you know buried here? He doesn't answer. He just looks away and takes a deep swig from his flask. Resolve for what? The swarms are hard. It makes one want to give up. We can come here to be with all our dead. No, we have to keep going. Now we can't let down our forebears. We are all here wanting us. They are all here wanting us to protect them. All this speech has exhausted him. Without another word, he wanders off. Oh, da ist eine Kiste. Ah, ist aber not yours. Aha. Ja, wer hätte es gedacht? Die haben wahrscheinlich einen Bleed Resist von 100. Genau. Mhm. Poison Resist 100. Das passt nicht. Der andere will nicht. Naja, vielleicht können wir die auch jetzt möglichst schnell einfach zerhacken. Oder? Na, schauen. Ja, wir müssten danach sowieso rasten. Also, das passt schon. Wow, okay. Da ist auch noch einer. Ja, okay, der hat eine Halberd. Aha. Die gehen auch nicht hier hin. Könnten die ja theoretisch auch machen. Mhm. Ja, okay. Das war der letzte hier. Critical. Shit, da habe ich meinen eigenen getroffen, oder? Hm. Okay. Copper, ein. Sehr schön. Ist so ein bisschen größer. Ne, da ist es zu Ende. Aha. Let us make gestures. Taylor. This is the trading hall of Nacala. When a merchant brings a caravan to the town, he or she can come in here to negotiate deals with other traders. It is an old hall. Deep ruts have been worn in the floor among the tables by generations of feet. Now, however, the hall is neglected. It is chilly and mostly empty. This young woman is watching over the merchant hall. She wears a narrow grey sash and clothes imported from Haven. Granted, they were made and last fashionable 40 years ago, and there are no more patches than cloth, but they are very nice by Ukatish standards. She is thrilled to greet you. She stands, kneels, and bows her head deeply. I am Viscount Taylor, Merchant Master of the Ache. I have been waiting for you to stop by. I am honored, Prince. We are thrilled that Haven has returned to us at last. How did you know I was coming? As we all say, when Haven sniffles, we all catch cold. By now, everyone in all the lands of Sacramentum knows that a prince roams our lands. Tell me about this trade post. Ah, it is humble, is it not? Very sad. Once, Nacala was the hub of all trade in the Ukat. We have glorious past. It seems pretty quiet. We have trade with the Ariel and the Wall, but very little. They have much contempt for us and our goods. Only Haven has ever made the Ike clan flourish. And what would I have seen in its glorious past? Trade! Fine Ukatish goods, brought from the north. Traders from Haven would be here, bearing goods from our lands. Proper cloth, medicine, scrolls and learning. Even the occasional spices, we paid a fair price for it all. Ist sie nicht zu jung, um das zu wissen dann? The Ukatish seem too dirty and poor to make something worthy of Haven. What do you craft well? Taylor speaks with genuine pride. Our iron and weaponry have always been deemed worthy. Our leatherwork is unique. Queen Sharon certainly thinks so. That is why you are here, is it not? She smiles. You claim to be a Viscount? Haven has given my family that honor in return for our work bringing profitable trade between our peoples. What is the purpose of the title? Haven creates Viscounts to mark vassals who have freely given a long worthy service to the Empire. It is a source of great pride and esteem. Why do you still have the title when Haven left so long ago? The title is passed from parent to child. My father, Alice, passed in a fever 5 years ago. He is in our resting place now. The responsibilities of this trading post passed to me, so did the title. Let's discuss something else. He's relieved. Yes, of course. Let's discuss Heaven's trade with Ukatish. We are eager to resume it. Well, the Ake clan is. We have plenty of iron. We have suffered much from the loss of the knowledge and goods you can bring us. As a token of our sincerity, we want to give you an offering. If you want us back, can you make Ukatish obey the terms of our treaty? I am sorry, Prince. Only Lord Ake can answer questions like that. Go on. To the north of here is the Seven Oaks mine. It is a peat's bog of the Ake clan. We would like you to use it. It may take some work to reclaim it from pests, but it will provide valuable iron for your efforts in Sacramentum. We ask you to take it. Is the Seven Oaks mine a productive bog? It is an old bog, but a reliable one. It produces a slow, constant stream of iron. I think you would find it to be valuable. How dangerous are the pests? I'm not sure, actually. We had to abandon it about 10 years ago. There weren't enough workers there to fend off the snakes that kept entering the land. Also, there were shades. That region as always has a problem with haunting. I'm sure there's nothing there you can't easily overcome. I have another question. Taylor waits attentively to see how she can help you. Everyone in the merchant hall is watching you, though. They try to do it subtlety. Everyone, all die anderen hier drin. Und das wahrscheinlich wieder not yours. Ja. Okay. Ukatish. Da ist dann der Bossmann sitzt, oder was? Ake Clan Hall. Oh, dann gehen wir erstmal woanders uns umschauen. Da sind nochmal Kisten. Not yours. Not yours. Not yours. Was haben wir hier? You enter a hall where a shaman is leading a congregation in a ceremony of some sort. As the townsfolk stand and kneel in 2 lines, she's leading them in some sort of litany of hate. She's listing crimes against Ukatish people, big and small, going back centuries. As she recites, the people grumble a lot. Most of the offenders are Ariel and Wall, a few from northern Ukatish clans. After a few minutes of this, she looks at you and gives a little nod. You can go and speak with her. The shaman notices you, but she continues her service. You watch for a while. She talks about the arrogance of the Aria, the cruelty of the Wall. She extols the hard work, hardiness, and endless virtues of the Ukatish people. After a half hour of this, she tells her flock to kneel, rest, and contemplate. Then she walks back into her alcove and motions for you to join her. I am Shaman Altan. Lord Ike told me to speak with you. You were told to speak with me? Yes, the Ike want relations with Haven. It is their decision. Politics are not my realm. I have never met a Havenite. Now I have. I hope you will not give us reason to put you in my services. She wears ceremonial Ukatish swamp leather. You note mud smears all over the chest. You have some mud on your chest. What do you yeah. Shaman Elton takes a deep breath. Yes, it is intentional. The Ukatish are a dirty mud people, folk of the swamps. Have you not heard? I am proud of it. I am a woman of the swamps. I don't care about your judgment. What do you think of Haven? My work is my people, keeping their spirits strong. I think about them. I don't think about you at all, unless I'm told to. You're Shaman of the Ukatish. I am, but I don't make too many conclusions. The Ukat is full of shamans. Many different sorts, with many purposes. What sorts of shaman are there? There are the hedge mages, who use the ways of nature to help the townsfolk to earn their keep. There are swamp shamans, who wander our lands and convince nature to be kind to their people. There are healing shamans and court shamans, war shamans and lawkeepers. What sort of shaman are you? I'm a spirit shaman. I tend to the spirits of the people. I keep them strong. How do you tend to their spirits? By fueling their rage. Anger is the daily bread of the Ukatish. The other people of the world rob us and raid us and mock us. We let our fury fuel us. Life in the Ukat swamps is hard. We struggle. We die early. Sometimes our hate is the only thing that can us get out of bed in the morning. Also, es klingt auch nicht so healthy. Is deranging your people with hate really productive? Oh, we would all love to enjoy the wealth and power of Haven, the beauty of the aerial woods, the dry warmth of the wall. You all think you are better than us. Here, our lands tries to kill us at every turn. Only fury makes us strong enough to master it. There's the Hall of the Rembrandts. What do you remember? We remember crimes. We have borne the burnt of centuries of contempt by the people of Sacramentum. We remember all the vengeance we have yet to take. To be Ukatish, to be insulted by our decadent rivals who pretend they are better? What insults? They call us mud people, simple swamp folk, uncultured, dirty and dull. They tell lies about us, our intelligence, our morals, our families. They are just words. Why do you care so much? Just words? It's easy for you to say that. Haven is rich and powerful. You can afford to ignore words. We are poor and life is hard. Our pride is all we have. If you attack that, you are trying to destroy us. I have another question. What crimes were committed against you? In our storms we are strong. Our warriors are used to them and we use our barbed spears to great effect. Outside our swarms, the Ariel and Vol attack our caravans, take our people away, ignore our cries for justice. When Haven was here, they prevented this. So Haven has its points. I never said it didn't. Haven provides service. We pay for them in freedom and dignity. Does this still happen? When Haven left, the practice resumed. The Ariel don't even see us as fully human. They have no moral qualms about treating us in any way their whims dictate. The Vol are the same, but to a lesser extent. They are too busy enslaving and brutalizing their own people to worry about us too much. Another question. Bla. Ja, das hatten wir jetzt schon. Yes, signed before most of us were born, are not properly respectful of us since Queen Sharon made the Vol her favored vassals. But yes, a treaty. Lord Ake wants me to support our vassalage. I'm unsure. You don't agree to be our vassals? We can force you. If, yeah. We can be useful allies to you. Shaman Alton thinks on this. There is a place northwest of here on the west coast. Take the road north to Gallspan and turn west. It is called the Mist Maze. Go there, learn something of our people, then return. Tell me about the Mist Maze. That region of the swamp is haunted. It has been for all Ukatish memory. It is a place of shades and fog. The Mist Maze is the core of the haunting. It keeps our secrets close and defends them from all. Even us. I don't need to judge you. It will. What can we learn there? Something about the nature of the Ukatish. You must convince the spirits there to talk. Take the gift they give you and bring it back to me. That's all for now. Thanks. Bisschen Psycho. Ja, okay. Dann... Da können wir noch hoch. Da ist aber nichts. Dann bleibt nur noch die Haupthalle. Ne, das hier kommt auch noch rein. Das ist wahrscheinlich dasselbe Gebäude. Runner Syringe. You actually find a familiar face. It is Runner Syringe, the woman who met you when you emerged from the Mirefangs. She's back in her barracks, warming her feet by the fire. A vicious barbed spear leans against a chair. She's not exactly pleased to see you. Prince, she says. Glad you made it. The Lord is next door. She nods to the west. He'll be eager to see you. I see you made it back safely from the Mirefangs. It wasn't difficult. Hard part was getting past all the Heavenites. Our Lord is allowing you to return to your ruined fort to the west. Not my business. I'm just a soldier. I was safe. She parts the spear. Nasty weapon. She nods. The wounds it makes bleed. They hurt. They are slow to heal. Even if you kill me, I will make you hurt for it. I have another question. Runner Syringe sits by the fire. She doesn't object when you join her. I'd like to talk to you about my mission here. Oh no, I'm only a soldier. You aren't going to trick me into talking about the ways of nobles. That will just get me demoted. Or worse, I'm not saying a word. Surely I'm just being paranoid. You are a prince. You can't see things as we do. You can't see how helpless we are around your kind. I will be silent. Do what you want. I want to learn more about Ukatish. She sighs. I'm just a soldier, really, not a diplomat or a shaman. Alright, I have a suggestion. What's that? The swamps north of Fort Muck are a bad land, haunted by shades and worse. There's an old drake out there, worn down, but still dangerous, hunts anyone who goes out there. Now that haven is back, the Lord will want to control that land again. Kill the drake, then you will learn about us. So just hunt down an old drake and you will tell me more. Hunt down the drake and you will learn. Seven Oaks Mine, the Mist Maze. Bei dem Drake steht da nix. Drake in the Fen. The Haunted Fen of north of Fort Muck. Okay. Irgendwo. Na gut. Dann gucken wir erstmal hier rein. Da ist der Lord. This is the biggest, grandest hall in Nacala. It's even a little warm. It's the meeting hall of the Ache clan, the largest clan in these parts. They are large and local, yes, but they have seen better days. The wall hangings are torn, the floor is unswept, the clean leader sitting at the head of the long table is old and tired. Still, he greets you warmly when you enter. Welcome, Prince. Runner Syringe said you were here. Please come, sit in our hall. We have much to discuss. I'm glad you came. There's an old, dignified man standing at the head of the table. He wears impressive leather armor, a cape of beautiful fur, and a narrow dark grey sash. He is entirely clean and his hair is freshly clipped. The Ukatish can present themselves well when necessary. He gives you a dignified nod when you approach. Welcome, envoy. I am Lord Ache. I speak for the Ache clan. Greetings. I am Prince Kordanor of Haven. I am honored that you have visited. I apologize for any offense my soldiers have given. Before you explore further, however, there's something I must tell you. I'd like to know more about your clan. Alright, say what you have to. I'd like to know more about your clan. I have much to say. First, there's an urgent matter. Alright, say what you have to. We know why Haven have returned. We have been waiting for it. Many fear it. I'll welcome it. However, my clan is weak. We are poor. If you are looking for a powerful ally, we can't be it. Once, yes. Someday, yes. Today, no. Most leaders wouldn't brag about their weakness. I expect the Ukatish to obey the treaty they signed with us. Can you help me find someone I can deal with? I'm forced to be here. I'm not actually interested in any of this. Most leaders wouldn't brag about their weakness. I'm not bragging, just being honest. To the other clans, we act strong, but you are Haven. With Haven, we must be direct. I expect the Ukatish to obey the treaty they signed with us. Can you help me find someone I can deal with? Okay, of course. I can let you pass our lands. You will have our support while you are here. We won't hinder you in finding other clans to talk to. However, the Egg clan has weakened in Haven's absence. We can't be a full ally. That said, we can talk freely. Let's discuss your relations with Haven. Of course, this is very important to the Egg. He touches his grey sash. We were close with Haven before the calamity drove you out. It brought us wealth and influence. Now we are weak. Why are you so weak now? Because we were traders. We controlled the main trade route between us and you. Our foundries and workshops were perfectly placed to create goods for you. It brought us a lot of wealth and thus power. Then you left and we became a poor backwater again. Who do you think I should deal with? I don't dare say. Whatever I respond, it will anger some clans to the north. We are not strong enough to war with them yet. What do you want to happen? I will speak for myself. The only voice that matters in these lands, of course. The people may say otherwise, but it doesn't matter. The Ike are reduced. We cower in fear of this northern clans. With Haven back, we will be safe. You don't care what your people say? Of course not. They are my people after all. They live on the lands of my clan. I look after them. I keep them safe and fed as I can. I have enough to worry about without fretting with their tempers and whims. You're afraid of the other clans? Of course, that is the way of the Ukatish. Without Haven to force us to unite, we fight. The strongest clans have the most say. The weakest clans are raided or destroyed. When Haven returns, the Ike will rise. Until then, he shrugs. We are cautious. I have another question. Lord Ike stands at the head of his table, trying to look calm and dignified. The longer you talk to him, the older he seems. He trembles very slightly. A long life in this remote swamp has worn him down even as a lord. Yet, he would rather die than look weak to you. He is Ukatish. I'd like to know more about Ukatish. You are young, Prince. You know little about us. I expect you will learn about us soon enough. But I can only warn you. Tread lightly. Show respect. Be careful. How shall I learn about you? Explore our lands. Talk to our people. Respectfully. Learn our ways. Haven has an easier time dealing with its vassals when it takes time to learn about them. Don't insult us. Respect our pride. You will have an easier time completing your task. How do I get you to obey the treaty? By not wasting time out in these distant mud pits. A decision of that magnitude can only be made in the home warren, far to the north. The question then is, who rules the home warren? And can you change that if you need to? Would you be king? Would you reclaim the home warren? He can't hold in a short, barking laugh. In our current state, our forces could not even pass general span, let alone reach the home warren. I can't do the impossible. If you want a strong ally to do your will today, it will have to be in the north. I have another question. I intend to explore the Ukatish land. Was war hier noch? Na, okay. I intend to explore the Ukatish lands? I imagine so. The stronger clans are to the north. So is the home warren. where our king sits and treaties are judged. Go where you want. The Ike will not interfere. You're weirdly passive. We can't resist Haven. We don't have the power. From where I sit, all I can do is to stay out of your way and hope your actions end up helping us. Where should I go? West. You should rebuild Fort Muck. I have allowed your workers to pass through. They are waiting for you. That fort will help you be re-established in our lands. You want me to rebuild our fort? Of course, the powerful Haven can't help but aid the Ike. I have another question. I want to explore Nacala. I have given instructions that you not be interfered with. Wander freely, speak to our people, learn about us. We are not sophisticated, but we are as brave and strong as any people in your empire. I only ask that you stay out of our workshops for now. I'm looking... okay. Where can I sleep? I have arranged quarters for you. He points at a door to the north. Sleep in safety and comfort here, as my guest. Why can't I enter the workshops? My people are scared and angered by your return. Letting you visit our resting places and shamanic halls already upsets them. Letting you near our sources of wealth and security, that is different. Give me some time, then I will let you see the resources we have for use. Will the other Ukatish be as welcoming as you? No, they hate, fear and resent outsiders. I don't have that freedom. I am the leader. I must swallow my own pride and rage for their good. Where can I shop? We take pride in our leather and ironwork. You will find 2 shops by the north gates. I'm looking for ways to make our colony stronger. Are you looking for opportunities? Places to fight? I don't know any. Perhaps others in town can help. Another question. Okay, das war's. Lord Ake has set aside these quarters for his honored guests. You're welcome to use this bed to rest. A modest meal and beverage of your choice will be provided whenever requested. Und wir haben eine Kiste. Und da haben wir auch noch was. Das ist aber wieder genau nicht unseres. Können wir jetzt nochmal hier mitreden? Hat die was anderes zu sagen? Mission. Ne, okay. Naja, da wird jetzt so auch nichts sein. Puh, okay. Ja, wir könnten jetzt theoretisch hier rasten, aber ich glaube, es würde Sinn machen, einfach zum Fort zu gehen, sobald wir das repariert haben. Wenn man das einfach so machen kann. Dann dürfte man da eigentlich auch rasten können. The soil of Ukatish lands is not good for farming. It's too damp and the minerals are wrong. That doesn't stop these hardy farmers from growing what they can. They're polite but distant. They're careful to betray no information or opinions about your mission here. You approach the door of this rotting farmhouse. Something is inside. You hear shouting and thumping around. Slip away. Open the door. You open the door an inch, then someone slams against it and knocks it wide open. You see a mage of Haven, an old, bedraggled man, veteran of the road. He runs behind you. Then a bunch of mirelings pour out of the building, hot on his heels. Okay. Wir sind noch 2. Okay. Basher. Nehmen wir den. Naja, eigentlich müssten wir heilen. Ups, das war falsch. Abbrechen. Aua. Mhm. So. Naja. Wieso greifen die alle den an? Okay, jetzt ist der zumindest vorn. Zwei. Bleed. Davon haben 2 Poison. Sehr gut. Ja, auch gut. Die sind jetzt am Gift langsam am Verenden. Eins. Machen wir mal mit. Weakness. Das dauert doch noch ewig. Less Damage. Okay, der hat noch 4. Meinen aber auch nochmal geweaknessed. Natürlich nicht so super toll. Ja. Okay, dann machen wir den. Lebt immer noch was. Die sind immerhin ganz gut am Gift am Verenden. Ach Mist, jetzt habe ich den 4 removed. Aber hat trotzdem noch genug. Der muss weg. Sehr schön. Der ist auch nicht der stabilste. Guck mal, dass wir den hier... Ja. Ja, mit dem will ich eigentlich nicht näher ran. Sehr schön. Bleibt noch der. Komm mal langsam ran. Drei. Kann aber wieder nicht schießen. Sehr schön. Haben wir's? The battle won. The man you rescued dusts himself off. He runs up and shakes your hand enthusiastically. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I am Jeremiah Bushwick, on my way to Fort Muck to serve as sage. When I was bushwhacked. I will rush to my post now. I hope to see you. He finally notices your insignia. Oh, the prince! What an honor. I'm sure I'll see you soon. He rushes off toward the safety of the fort. You are close to the ruins of Fort Muck, one of Haven's 7 outposts on Sacramentum. It was abandoned decades ago, when the calamity forced your mother to withdraw most of Haven's soldiers. The logs of the fort have been rotting ever since. It will take a lot of work to repair it, yet Haven seems up to the task. East of the fort, you see a huge camp. General Ajax has been sneaking workers and supplies into the Ukatish lands. A lot of them. Enough that some of the Ukatish must have known that he was doing it. Interesting. They are camped to the east of the fort ruins now, waiting for your orders. You approach a band of workers, some Haven and some Ukatish, who are camped outside Fort Muck. They are waiting for the order to begin work. They tell you to go to the middle camp and talk to Chief Clive. You approach this camp. There are a bunch of Haven soldiers huddled together, shivering and dripping with rain. They are not enjoying the climate. One rises, approaches you and kneels. She says, Chief Clive reporting. General Ajax told the initiative and sent us ahead. We are ready to reclaim Fort Muck. We just need the order. How did you get here? It wasn't difficult. Many of the Ukatish in this region miss Haven. It's up north that they don't care for us as much. What will the Ukatish think of us rebuilding this fort? She shrugs and grins. Doesn't matter, it's our land. By treaty. I give the order. Get to work. Clive turns and says, Get to work, boys! The bedraggled soldiers and craftsfolk give a hearty cheer. Then they pour into the ruins of the Fort Muck. You can now collect resources from mines you control in this region. You can now recruit Ukatish characters in your forts. They have new special abilities. To recruit a character, enter the fort and press the edit party button. Now that you have rebuilt one of your forts, it is a good idea to install shops into it. This is how you get stronger characters and the best equipment. For example, building smithies enables you to get far better weapons and armor. You enter the freshly rebuilt Fort Muck. Workers and soldiers are everywhere. There is a lot of work to be done. Rotten logs need to be replaced, mud needs to be shoveled out of buildings. It's a mess. As you enter, the guards and workers turn and kneel. Then they get back to work. They are hugely enthusiastic about their work, restoring to Haven all it lost. Their being in an isolated fort deep in Ukatish lands doesn't concern them. Ja, und damit ist auch alles automatisch geheilt. Aha. Da geht's sicher hoch. Stairway up. Ah, und gestiegen sind wir auch. Aber dann werden wir wohl gleich alle Leute mit Ukatish ersetzen, weil die dann was können. We're back! Chief Clive. You meet the chief of Fort Muck, snuck in here by General Ajax. She has already settled into her office. She's an old woman, far more frail than you would expect in a perilous region like this one. Yet, when she rises and kneels, she's spry. She is truly thrilled to be here. Welcome, Prince. I'm Chief Clive of Fort Muck. I'm honored to be here and ready to give you my report. Alright, give me your report. We have retaken Fort Muck. The Ukatish gave no objections, none at all. Our supplies and workers traveled on their roads without objection from the locals. You should know, Prince, I served as chief here long before you were born. You have served here before? I was the chief here when the calamity happened. I followed the Queen's orders to leave. I was the last out the gate. Oh, the tales I could tell. When I learned Haven was returning, I insisted that I resume my old post. Aren't you too old? She's not insulted. In fact, she laughs. Yes, of course I am. I probably die in this mud. I don't care. I was given a job by Haven, and I will serve. Well, did you want to come back? I am a Havenite. When we leave a place, it is as victors. We were forced out. Since then, I have wanted to return to cure some of our shame. What sort of tales could you tell? Oh, Prince, you are far too busy for my rambling stories. I was here during the calamity. I saw the slow decay, the panics, the ambushes of our soldiers, and then the retreat. Tell me more about the calamity. She sighs. The crops were rotting, our luck was sour. The Ukatish were rising against us, timid at first, but then more confident. We had no idea why. It just happened. One day, all was well. The next day, she shakes her head. How did it end? Your mother gave the word. The problem was too big, too mysterious. She was a young queen. Too many wars, too many calls for her resources. We couldn't defend Sacramentum. We left a skeleton force to defend what we could. We left. I left. And now we are back. I won't dwell on those memories. I serve the queen. I serve you. We won't be drawn out again. Did Jeremiah Bushwick arrive safely? Yes, he did. Finally, I'm not letting him out of the gates. He's already tried to escape 4 times. The next time he tries, I'll break his knees. She's probably joking. You don't need to be able to walk to be a sage. Maybe she's not joking. Oh, he was babbling something about wanting to talk to you. If you have time, speak with him. You have any advice for me? Oh, Prince, it's not my place to give advice to royalty. I'm too old to play politics. I just want to run my fort. I'm spending my days ordering your soldiers and my nights talking to the Ukatish. Who can give me advice? Prince Sutter already sent someone with that specific job, General Ajax, back at the Meierfangs, waiting for orders for what to do with your soldiers. Of course, he can only guide you. There are meetings only you can have and decisions only you can make. How are your relations with Ukatish? Awkward. The Ike clan is being very helpful. They think our return will make them rich. They are probably right. The Ukatish to the north have more to lose from our return. I suspect you will have to show them some strength to enter the lands. That's not advice, just an observation. I have another question. Chief Clive sits at a desk, shuffling papers, writing letters and giving orders. The worn-down state of the fort is a personal offense to her, one she plans to correct with ruthless efficiency. Do you have any advice for me? Okay, das war nix. How can I make this fort stronger? Chief Clive gives you a predatory grin. Ah, Prince, it is now my sound duty to make requests. For the good of the fort and haven, after all. Not far from here is Foundry Clive, an excellent place for the Ukatish to process iron ore for us. However, our scouts say there are pests in it. If you can reclaim it, we can make more iron for you. Foundry Clive? That's your name. She laughs. I met your mother, you know. When she visited, not long after I took this post, I took her to where we were building this new foundry, my own project. I was passionate about it. The Queen noticed it and she jokingly called it Foundry Clive. When she left, my workers would call it nothing else. The name stuck. I didn't want it to, but it did. What sort of pests are there? They said they saw giant slithering pools of swamp muck outside of the usual expertise. If they were gone, we could retake the place easily. Why don't you soldiers take care of it? Well, remember, West Battalion only has 300 soldiers, and they're spread thinner every day. The general won't spare soldiers to enter tunnels and fight mysterious magic. They're just soldiers after all. They don't have your equipment or training. I have another question. Super, okay. Da sind wir auch schon fast wieder bei der nächsten Stufe. Da haben wir. Also zweimal Minen. Na gut, dann ist es jetzt auch erstmal wieder Zeit für einen Schnitt. Dann werden wir. Das ist jetzt Nacala gewesen. Nacala. Und erstes neues Fort. Wir haben Fort Muck. Fort Muck. Und da bekommen wir auch ordentlich Resources. Aha. Jeremiah Bushwick, mit dem müssen wir noch reden. Der ist dann wahrscheinlich oben. Aber dann reden wir mit dem beim nächsten Mal. Schauen dann weiter, machen die Stufenaufstiege, bauen die Charaktere um und so weiter. Also bis denne.